Okie dokie, you're back inside Smash Kaboom, and today we are going to be rocking with Dr. Hamster, except this time we're rocking the other class, the Armor Mastery. Let's jump into some ranked games and see what we can do today. And round one is going to be big rounds, and we're going to be starting off with a tiny little mecha hamster. And you know what? That's kind of nuts. We can craft up a wheel rat, and we're going to end up trying to go for a big old dino hamster today. Let's take this, let's combine you up pretty much immediately, and you're going to be all about gear energy. And you're also going to help us get our gear energy. But gear energy provides a different buff effects for each different clockwork character. So basically this guy's going to take a lot less magic damage. But at battle start you're going to get some haste, whereas we take the puppet, you're going to get a bunch of critical damage. So you can do an insane amount of damage. Could be kind of nice. I'm going to take you. We're going to take this balloon too. And I'm going to roll. Going to roll to see what else we can get. Now we could try to go for 2 mecha hamsters, but I don't think we're going to chance that. I think we're just going to venture on 2 or training rounds with this sort of setup. And yeah, we're going to take our 3 gold. Now we're on turbo speed, but you should be able to stack up some gear energy from the get-go and just deal some big old crit damage. 50% chance to crit, which is really, really awesome. And yeah, going up against rodents, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Actually, no, you have to level up to get that guaranteed crits against rodents. But yeah, we should be able to win out this training rounds. I should have it on turbo speed because we're just going to win because it is that training round. And hell yeah. Not bad, we get our 10 golds, and we'll see what we get from now. Now we could craft up that NutCracker, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's take you, let's craft you pretty much immediately, and let's go ahead and look at this lizard shop. Now should we go for summons? I think I want to go for weapons. Now, not the weapon I was looking for, I didn't think this was an actual weapon. We probably want to grab the wheel, and maybe go for a perpetual motion machine. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to be looking for swords most of all. Let's take this gear as well. Let's reroll. And that's a big old banana. Also another balloon. I'm going to reserve this for the time being. But I'm also going to roll. We find ourselves a wooden sword. Unfortunately, we did not. I also went to storage. But the gear added in is going to give us more clockwork, so our NutCracker can deal more crit damage. Now we could end up going for just big old NutCracker Captains, which I'm also going to be down for. Also, we should move all the units to the front of the table so they don't have to walk 700 miles to actually get up and deal that damage. And that was a big old crit. You've seen how much damage this NutCracker actually did with all that gear energy? It's kind of nuts, is it not? We got our first victory, hell yeah, though. Round 2, short rounds, and let's take our storage. Let's go ahead and take a balloon. We probably need another balloon. We're going to reroll again. And I think this could be the fastest legendary unit of all time. Yeah, we're definitely going to take you. I'm not going to take the drum either. We could go for tons of enlargement and just have the biggest NutCracker of all time. But it is what it is. I'm going to be happy enough rocking on with this with our NutCracker Captain. And with our wheel rat and our tiny little hamster gets immediately smashed out. With the crazy amount of rage with all these chili peppers, you're going to deal a ton of damage. You're also going to have a lot of healing. But with our NutCracker, we have the potential to just keep knocking you back, but we still could lose out with all this burn on us. Come on, you can knock him off the table. Just 2 more hits. That was a big old crit. And come on, get 1 hit off. We didn't get the hit off. And you're going to take some chip damage, are you? No, definitely not. 2 of us just stand still looking at each other. Let's speed up, and we're going to end up losing to fatigue, but in the event of a tie, we actually get a medal. This is the craziest, most epic fight you'll ever see on this channel. Those 2 of us staring still at each other, and hell yeah. Again, we got our second victory. Technically it's a draw, but hell yeah. Round 3, big old rounds, and I'm wondering what we should go for right now. I kind of want to go for weapon shop. Weapon shop, I want to look for crits, I want to look for shields, I want to look for wooden swords, gears, mechanical stuff. I'm going to weapon shop. Let's grab our pencil though. Now you give us 2 stacks of haste if you want that as well. Could be kind of nice. We could also craft you up into this as well, but I'm not really interested in it. Rice crane, don't really want. Ghost mask, shovel, none of these things please. That's another drum, that's a mechanical gear. And yeah, I'm going to take that. Also, another gear. But I'm still going to waste our gold roll, even though we do got an item locked. The magic foil is just going to be a lot of HP, so I do also want to grab you. Let's go ahead and craft this up. So not the weapons I was looking for, but still, I'm not going to complain. They're all going to be pretty good for us, but I am going to move on to our training rounds, and let's get moving. We're on turbo speed again, but NutCracker Captain is going to be able to stack up a lot of crit damage. up to 500%. And if we get guaranteed crits somehow, with a NutCracker Captain, they can deal so much damage. And hell yeah, that training round went by super fast. Not bad. Now, I'm going to take you, and I will kind of want to craft up our armored hamster. We're just going to be our tank. But I also want to take this too. Before I do craft it up, I'm going to reroll. Looking for maybe some extra storage. We could grab another gear. We could craft up a magic juice, which I think I'm going to be down for. Let's grab the gear. Let's reroll. Let's combine the sub. Let's go ahead and combine up this too, so we can actually fit in our guys. And we do want to put in our... Now for the time being, our magic juice is going to have to target our armored hamster. Just no way that we can actually place it in properly onto our main NutCracker. When I say that, I mean I've immediately found a way that we can do it, and that is much better for us. Hell yeah, you're going to have 350 HP, which is insane for us. And might as well sell this little hamster. Actually, let's just hold on to it for the time being, because there's no point in selling it, because we won't be able to reroll anyway. Let's slow this down a little bit, and let's see how this combat is going to play out. Armored hamster is going to be really nice, just going to be tanky, so our guy can walk up and deal that damage. And yeah, it shouldn't be too bad for us. Send him flying off to squid. That was a big old crit. Again, rodents, you're going to crit. Holy moly, guaranteed crits, yeah. Hamsters, don't stand a chance against the NutCracker. Now let's speed this up a little bit. And you also summon NutCrackers as well. So this is looking kind of insane actually. I really do like the NutCracker situation that we do have going on, which is awesome, and that's going to be a shield for us. I do want shields, I also want you to, and I do want this bit of storage. Do you want another balloon? I think we probably do need it. So we could grab ourselves a Raging Rhino, we could try to grab ourselves another wheel if you want to, but I think I'm just going to reroll, see if we can get anything else. Another little hamster, another balloon, mini notes. Yeah, I think I'm just going to move on. So we should be able to get a ton of block on our main guys. We should be able to get that extra bit of heals as well. They got some units that is going to be summoned before us. But here we go. Holy moly, that crits is insane. We do so much damage. It's kind of absurd. But we do need to get those crits. So anyway, the skill up a crit boost is going to be super beneficial to us. So I really want to find those wooden swords and go for Shark Cleaver. Shark Cleaver would be insane, because then that would give us guaranteed scaling crit boost. Look at that NutCracker go. Hell yeah, not bad. Fourth victory, amazing. And we can craft up a game buddy if you want to. I do really like our units right now though. So do we take our 7 gold? I think I'm going to take our 7 gold, as mad as that is. And maybe we try to go for another NutCracker Captain on top of it. Now Copper Spring I'm going to take, and I'm going to pretty much immediately craft this up. This will give us 2 more stacks. This will give us 2 stacks of haste, but also 4 stacks of gear energy from the get-go. You can also give us more haste. You also give us more rage. I'm going to reroll because I don't want any of those items. And that is another gear, which I'm going to take too. Mousetrap, Tie Soldier could be kind of nice in the background, but don't really want that either. That is going to be a puppet. I'm going to take. I'm grabbing this instead of our shields. It's not that I really do want to craft up with it, but it does give us 100 stacks of shields from the get-go instead of 25 stacks of shields, which is not to scoff at. I'm going to take this actually. Let's get tons and tons of shields on both our guys. Alarm Clock could be kind of nice, could be speeding up our whatever we do want with this. Mad Alarm Clock could be insane for us. We could also go for this ranged unit. Every 12 seconds, summon a Clockwork Battle Chicken up to 1. You can summon a bunch of units. Skill cooldown by 25%. Every 2 seconds, lay an egg that deals area damage. Sometimes every 12 seconds, can patrol and fly around. Deals 10 damage. This could be a good unit to add in as well. But I think I'd rather try to go for more NutCrackers. Or maybe a Dino Hamster. But it does take us quite some time. You do summon in on attack or on entry, all allies gain 3 stacks of rage. So you apply a bunch of rage. But we got tons and tons of block, making us uber tanky. And just not bad. Come on, get at least another crit with all this gear energy. You really do need to do that crit damage. That was 83 damage. Holy moly. On 1 attack. If we had stack and rage on you as well, that'd be insane. But here comes the NutCrackers. Coming in as backup. You're going to summon another one as well. After 20 more seconds. But smashing. Not bad. We're halfway to our 10 victories. Round 6 is going to be another big old rounds. And that is going to be crits. Battle start, gain 3 stacks of crit boost. I'm going to take you. Let's take a bit of storage. Let's also take another speed zone. And we're out of monies already. So Battle start getting 3 stacks of crit boost, which is going to give us, what, 7.5% more crits, but a ton of crit damage. Now, you do end up losing out on some crits, which is not ideal either. I'm going to start a little hamster to roll again, and all I want to do is find wooden swords. And unfortunately, we just cannot really get them. Now, you also apply a bunch of stacks of shields, but also stacks up haste too. So gas station could be a lot of fun as well. But I'm just going to rock on once again. Let's get our extra golds. Gonna be super greedy for monies. Getting 3 stacks of crit boost. The only thing is you do have to walk up, so you're probably gonna end up losing out on some of that crit boost. Maybe? Especially if you get knocked back. So crit boost right now, not the most ideal thing either. But it's not looking too bad for us. We are getting some damage to us, but I'm gonna speed up because it is a training round. And we should be able to just burst through all the units, no problems. Hell yeah. Smashing out the plants. NutCracker in again, doing some big old chippy damage, and smashing. 17 golds. And we'll see what we can get from here. We could grab ourselves a big old cheese, but that is a gift box. We could go for armor, but I'm going to go for weapons again. And that is a crown. Can we craft up a double crown? Definitely not. Cheese I don't want. Piggy bank we could take for extra monies. Meteor I don't really want. Paper plane. Hell no, I don't want that either. That's another speed zone which I'm going to grab though. As well as another gear. And let's just keep rolling. Something else we want, another balloon, more haste, another piggy bank. I'm gonna waste more gold rolling. That's finally a freaking wooden sword, hell yeah. Also, Fortuna's cat gives us a chance to get a bunch of gold. Being on sale, I might actually want to take that. We also combine up this clockwork gear, which will just give us more stacks of gear energy, just to make this guy uber tanky. But I do want to stack and rage on our NutCracker. I also want this too. We got 2 more gold, so I'm gonna waste another 2 gold rolling, and you know, I'm going to reserve this speed zone. So we should be able to get a ton of stack and gear energy. Now we do lose a little bit with this gear, but that should be okay for us. We're going to have tons and tons of block. And here comes our NutCracker. With all this crit boost, with all the crit damage, it should be crazy good for us. Definitely so. Now all you need to do is walk forward, take out this music box. I mean, this guy's been working out really awesome for us. We didn't stack any rage just yet, which is unfortunate. It is a 25% chance to gain 2 stacks of rage, which we finally got some towards the end. But we got our 6th victory. Keeping all our lives also even more amazing. Now let's grab the speed zone. I'm going to grab another speed zone. I'm going to reroll. That is a bubble shield if we want the bubble shield. So the bubble shield is kind of nice because it will potentially gives us a 1 block of instant damage. So if we take some big old burst damage, the bubble is going to be kind of nice to deal with that. Instead of a crown, we would lose out on a lot of shields, but it could be kind of nice. I'm going to have to take it. But I'm going to reroll once again. And is there anything else we want? Weird egg. We could craft up a torn shield instead. We could grab the banana. I think I'm just going to waste more gold rolling. And we're definitely going to craft this up. But I'm going to apply it to our armored hamster also. I'm also going to take you, and I do want to combine you up too. But yeah, let's get moving with this sort of setup. We're back on turbo speed. Now you're going to be rocking a pencil butter. You're going to have a crazy amount of units, and you're going to have that charge that is going to be guaranteed crit. But that's why you do have our armor hamster in, just to take all that damage, while our NutCracker Captain comes in and deals some big old damage as well. But it's a lot of curse damage on our units. But they don't really have too much curse units. They have a lot of ranged units, but we're slowly breaking through their front line. The NutCracker doesn't have any more shields, which is a little bit problematic, but you gain some heals from the magic juice, which is kind of nice. But we need our hamster to walk forward to take all that damage, so our guy can just keep dealing some big old damage. And right now it's not looking bad for us. We're slowly getting through all the units. We knocked it off the table. You come flying back, but we do take out the doll chef before you come back. And hell yeah, round 8. What can we do at round 8? Microphone for more magic damage. Another little hamster. Magic zone. Haste. Honestly, these are not great items for us. Now you are going to be insane because you are going to be a big old mega jamba juice, which is going to give us a ton more heals. But at the same time, just going to roll. I'm going to be taking this bit of storage. So I'm doing all this rolling because all I want to do is find wooden swords, booms, maybe not Reaper size, more speed zones we could also be taken to. Crimson Eye, is there anything else we want from this? Definitely not. And that's our wooden sword. Hell yeah, we're going to craft it up. And we can craft this up. And unfortunately we can't craft it up just yet. But that's going to be a lot of rage for us. That guaranteed rage is going to be really, really fantastic for us. I'm still going to roll though. Is there anything else we want? Another freaking gear. We could craft a solid web. Watch him kind of down for him. Because then we can have you in as well, and you're going to move on once again. That's going to be a lot of rage on our NutCracker Captain. So that's going to be super, super awesome. You're also going to get more heals. You're also going to get more crits. You have a ton of block. You take all that chippy damage. And there goes our Puppet Master. Just flying straight off. Our Puppet, not Puppet Master. What the hell am I talking about? A lot of units. Aliens, undead. Shooting from range as well. But our NutCracker dealing some big old damage. And now it does have that guaranteed stack and rage. You're going to do even more insane damage. But you are pretty slow. Taking your time walking up. But our hamster's putting in the work. He's knocking it back off the table. Hell yeah. And here comes the big old damage. With some crits. Smashing. And we only got 2 more victories to go. And with that, round 9, we're going to have a random shop. Training a big old shop. And should we go weapon shop? I want to go weapon shop mostly for these booms. But I'm also looking for a dino helmet, which I don't see in our weapon shop. Or am I crazy? Is it right there? I don't see it. I'm going to go to the weapon shop anyway. That's in our shields. We could also go for... We also grab a Star of Courage, and we could go for the Master Sword, which will give us 2 stacks of rage on hit. But also gains control to immunity. I'm going to hold off to try and get our big old Shark Cleaver. Let's take our shields. Let's reroll. Can we get some big old booms? Definitely not. If we want to craft you up. Yeah, we need this. But if we craft you up, yeah, you take a lot more storage. I'm still going to combine you up though. Because you're going to give us 6 stacks of gear energy from the get-go. Let's roll again. And I don't want any of these items, but... So I did change the set around so we can have our gold spring at the very front. We get our life, we get our rage. And... we can't roll anymore. We probably need you in also. And yeah, we're going to move on with this into our training rounds. I still think this should be fantastic for us. We are going to take our extra monies for sure. And yeah, starting off with 6 stacks of gear energy and 4 stacks of haste is going to be really fantastic for us because we're going to have the 10 gear energy straight away, which means we deal 500% more crit damage whenever we do get a crit with our NutCracker. But it's going to be good enough because we're going to be taking lots and lots of chippy damage from this dead note, but I honestly think we're just going to shred through him. And I did speed up a little bit because we're just eventually just going to beat him down. And now our guy's just walking forward, taking out this Note Warrior. We get our monies. And hell yeah. Not bad, 22 golds in total. 24 gold actually. And we could take this for a lucky 7. Which gives us multicast. But it's a lot of golds. I don't think that's going to be worth it. Let's take another speed zone though. Let's reroll. We could craft up a Poison Shields if we want that as well. Another balloon. We could go for the Raging Rhino. Don't even want the Poison freaking Shields. We could also grab the Crimson Eye to maybe go for Fang Crocodile. That could also be a lot of fun too. Another wheel as well. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll because I don't necessarily want any of these items. Magic Zone, I'm gonna grab 2. We just want to find more booms. More booms. Boxing gloves would be amazing too. Another speed zone since you're on sale. And that is another copper spring, but I don't necessarily really want that. We could craft up that flame cloak. Don't even want that either. And that is a poison apple. We could have tried to craft up a little poison sword. But I'm going to sell a spoon and I'm going to keep re-rolling. Unfortunately, I'm going to rock on with this. So we're going turbo speed. Our guys are going to be summoned in. It does take forever for a NutCracker to come in. But if you face rodents, you're going to be able to shred through them really, really fast. Well, that's going to be a lot of poison units, and we could end up being knocked off the back of the table if we don't beat down through their units as fast as we should. Because our knockback is not great right now. And it's kind of looking like we're going to be knocked off this end of the table. And we didn't position our hot air balloon so we can come back. But actually, hold on a second. We're kind of bringing it back. Our guys are beating through their units. We do take out a pumpkin cookie. And hell yeah, not bad. Run forward, NutCracker. Run forward. My guy. That's a lot of poison on us. There goes our extra NutCracker, who is getting inflicted with some poison. So the doll shift looks like they're going to be a ton of fun with stacking a poison type build and smashers. Only one more victory to go. Round 10 could be our final rounds. We'll see. Balloon Zone being on sale for 3 gonna take. Let's also grab this extra bit of storage. Cards I don't necessarily really want. We could have went for that clockwork battle chicken. Again, I'm just going to reroll. Pumpkin we could take too. Torn shields. We're just wasting a lot of gold rolling instead of taking actual items. You'll be on silver 3 I might take. Are you really going to be that beneficial to us? Probably not. Still going to roll though. Still going to roll, and we could craft up a freaking tank. The question is, do we want a tank instead of our dino hamster? We could also just grab more life for NutCracker. I'm still going to roll though. I'm still trying to make this NutCracker work insanely awesomely. That is another puppet which I'm going to be taking. And maybe get rid of our armor hamster for him. Is that mad? I'm going to do it. Let's combine up a second NutCracker. I'm still going to reroll. And I'm still going to reroll. Is there anything else we can grab? Let's sell the wheel to keep rolling. I'm also going to sell the shields and I'm going to keep rolling. Just selling pretty much everything. But yeah, I'm going to be rocking on with this. So we did end up losing out on a guy who has a ton of shields in favor of having another NutCracker in to just deal more damage with crit boost. But it's a lot of defenses down, but do we need defenses if we're going to be dealing some big old damage? We'll see, because we are facing a dull chef with a super tanky guy stacking up turns. But since we don't deal little bits of chippy damage, we deal a lot of big damage. As you can see, that crit took most of that guy's life. So we should be able to take out this punchy cactus. What the hell is the name of this giant cactus? Definitely not punchy cactus. We got a peapod shooter and a Thai soldier. Going to be shooting in the background as well. It's actually the soldier number 7. And we can just deal our big old damage. Just take out these shooters. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. And it's not looking too bad. Just knock them off the edge of the table. Holy moly, did we one shot. Now we could take our points and run, 190 rank points, or we could try to go 5 more rounds. I think we're going to go 5 more rounds. Right now, NutCrackers have been doing this fantastic. Now that is a hamster ball as well if we want to. It's also a energy sale, but I'm just going to reroll. Again, all this build is going to be is just rerolling. I'm going to take you 2. I'm also going to grab you as well. And demonize, do we want demonize? Probably not. Being on silver 3, I'm going to grab it. And they're going to roll. So a mortar. It's also a banana if we want to. I'm going to sell or demonize. Come on. Can we find anything amazing? Maybe not actually. Let's go ahead and craft this up. So now you summon within the first 2 seconds. If we move you out, you summon in 3.3 seconds. And you're also going to trigger every 8 seconds. But I'm going to sell a speed zone to keep rolling. There's not much else we can do. I really just want to find another boom. I also want to find boxing gloves. And just get a shark cleaver going so we can stack up crit boost. There goes our guy with 150 shields, going to be in there to take that little bit of damage. Here comes Bandit, and this is where we could actually end up losing out. Bandit's going to do a lot of damage. Definitely so. So we need our NutCracker to get in there, deal that damage, but that Reaper is being a hassle for us. And with these little guys summoned in, we're going to end up losing out for sure. Now you take that damage from Bandit, and we have the potential. Come on, man, he shot the wrong guy. We could have won out if he shot the other guy. For sure, because we're not going to have enough damage to win out. And we just barely lost this to Bandit. We almost took him out. 250 HP. And yeah, we're definitely going to lose out. Because we have no other units. So we do end up losing our first life. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Round 12 is going to be a big old round for us. We're going to get our boxing gloves. You can also grab the garlic. Weird egg for bubble. We can get our balloon zone. I'm not going to be too pushed about it. That's a freaking mechanical shields. If you had a wheel, I would gladly take it, but since we don't have it, I'm going to just move on. That's another wooden sword. And that's also a cuckoo clock. Should we take it? It is 11 gold. It is an insane amount of gold. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to craft it up. And with that, we craft up the cuckoo clock. And I'm going to place this in here. So you're going to summon that a little bit faster. 6 seconds. You also get the benefits from the gold spring, so you should be able to summon guys even faster first. A lot of gold that we did spend up though. Should we grab ourselves another one of these? I think we're going to. We're going to reroll again. And I'm going to sell one of our gears. One of our gears to keep rolling. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to move on. But the cuckoo's clock could be kind of nice actually. Let's grab our monies. Let's try to be as greedy as possible. And we're going to have a flying chicken in dealing some damage. and just summoning battle chickens. This guy actually looks kind of insane. Here we go, another battle chicken. Okay, this could actually be nuts. For sure. But we're gonna definitely win out this train around, no doubt about it. And these just keep multiplying. If we got you super speedy, what can we get from this? Aliens, cards, magic. All we need is weapons. So I'm just gonna grab slots. Balloons that I don't really want, I'm just gonna reroll. Let's get our mechanical shields. And I'm just gonna keep rerolling. Keep rerolling. We could grab the wheel, but at the same time I'm just gonna keep rolling. Now you summon units every 20 seconds. That's kinda nice actually. But again, I'm just gonna keep rerolling. All I'm gonna do is spend all our gold rerolling to try and grab some extra crit boosts. That is a dino helmet. We could have went for our guy, our dino hamster. He also gives more stacks of shield. This could still be good to add in. 25 stacks of shield. Maybe not actually. None of these items again. Another wheel since you're on sell a grab for now. And pumpkin, meteor, scooter, mushroom. None of these. We just can't find an item. That is the downside of our shop right now. We kind of need to play what items we do get instead of trying to force build, which is kind of a harsh reality that I'm just after facing kind of there. Now we are facing a Doll Chef, gonna be rocking a twin pea-pod, lots of units, and we could end up being knocked back. There goes our battle chicken though. Come on, do damage. You're also attacking an area that's not going to be helpful to us. But now you walk back, and you can do that little bit of chippy damage for us. So another battle chicken to just keep doing what you're doing. Now, will you just keep summoning multiple by having 2 cuckoos in? Probably not. Probably not how it works. Probably just up to 1 guy, and then just be summoning, yeah, for sure. But they don't seem that great to be honest, because all they do is go back and forth in the middle area. Well, let's speed up because it's just going to be down to 1 guy, and our nutcrackers with our cuckoo chickens can just be able to finish him off. Hell yeah. Not bad. Got our first victory out of those 5, and hell yeah. Now at the same time, I'm not giving up on this freaking items. Another balloon zone we could take, I'm not interested in it. We can grab a magic juice, which I'm going to be down for. Let's keep going. Kangaroo, another wheel. Let's just keep rolling for days. Magnetism could be kind of nice as well. That's still going to be that master sword. Come on, all we need is big booms. Another magic juice. And that is going to be a second NutCracker Captain. So I'm going to sell the wheel and I'm going to sell one of our magic juices. We're going to take you and we're going to pretty much craft you up into that extra NutCracker Captain. But we're kind of over the weight limit. So we need to sell you, unfortunately. We need to sell this too. And we need to sell our magic vial. As much as I want to keep it, we do need to sell it all. So we don't ever go over that weight limit. And we're going to move on again. So double nutcrackers. Kind of nice. Lots of crit boosts. Going to begin rodents. We should, that's the alien, not bandit, the freaking alien. With 281 life. And you're going to deal 30 damage. Here comes our battle chicken in the sky doing some damage. And our nutcrackers putting in some work for us, but I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough. Come on, summon more units. Go battle chickens, do all that damage. Our guys got knocked back so far that we don't even get to hit the freaking alien. We end up getting taken out. And right now, our battle chicken goes down, but we still have 1 more. But is it going to do work for us? Definitely not. Unfortunately, we do end up losing out to the alien, which is madness for sure. That's a build I really want to try go for. So it's looking like we should have took our points and ran. And we finally got ourselves that extra boom. Hell yeah, we're going to take it. Let's craft it up because you're going to be more stacks of crit boost from the beginning. Let's keep rolling. And let's just keep rolling. Another magic juice. We could craft up a lightning juice, but I have no interest in lightning juice. Let's just keep going. That's our boxing gloves. Holy moly. That's insane. Again, we got our freaking shark cleaver. You are actually kind of more beneficial down below at this side, but then we don't get all that speed from our big old Jamba juice. So now we at least have some stacking crit boost on our guy. That's the whole thing I was looking for. We should be able to get tons of max life on him, 450 max life, and we should be able to get some block. And it should be kind of awesome actually. But as always, we're going to continue to roll, and there's not much else I do kind of want to grab at the moment, so I'm going to rock on. But a shark cleaver, nutcracker. with crits, and crit boost is going to be nuts for us. Now we are facing a single game buddy with armored hamsters, paper builds, battle chicken. There's going to be a lot as well. But as our NutCracker deals some big old damage, just walks forward with all his crit boost and just keeps scaling up that damage. And this is looking insane. Look at his crits. Hell yeah. One walk up, half HP, one shot. One another big old shot. Hell yeah. 75 crits. Not bad. This guy is insane with this shark cleaver. And we could multicast. Since you're on cell, we could use up our fortunes cap, but at the same time, I don't really want to. We could try to grab this too. But at the same time, I'm just going to grab ourselves another speed zone for the time being, and I'm going to roll. We could grab ourselves a trap if we want to, but at the same time, don't really want it. Don't really want any of these items. That's another boxing glove, which you're going to take also, and I'm going to keep going. Now this is another clockwork battle chicken. It's also a drum that we could be trying to get some large as well, but at the same time, not too pushy about it. Keep rolling. Anything else we want? Microphone, dead rattle. Magnetism could be kind of good actually. Maybe that's what we should have taken. But I also am speeding up our cuckoo's clock. So you're going to summon a battle chicken every 9.2 seconds. Up to 1. But yeah, this is actually looking kind of nice. Definitely saw. Kind of hoping that we could put in another buffing item or right down below. But it is what it is. We're going to be rocking on with this. You summon really fast in as well. Thanks for Cuckoo's Nest. At 5.9 seconds. And that should be amazing. The only problem is you're going to take all the chip damage, which is not ideal either way. We can stack up a rage, we can stack up a crit boost, we can deal our big old damage. And each bit of crit boost also scales up our crit damage too. And you just literally one-shot some units. But our battle chickens also adding in some support as well. We got our tanky NutCracker, we got our damage dealer NutCracker. Just a nice little combo, and then they all summon units as well. So we actually got a huge summoning army. But it takes forever to summon all these units. But it's not looking too bad. Once you get our whole army online, all you gotta do is walk forward and just murder face everything in their pathway. And here we go. Can we take out this dull chef really fast? Hell yeah, we can. The problem is, the NutCracker is extremely slow walking up. So it ends up losing all the crit boosts. We could grab another alarm clock. We could also grab ourselves nothing else, so I'm gonna roll. And you guessed I'm going to keep rolling. That's another drum. We could try to apply it to our NutCracker Captain. Maybe should take it. But let's keep rolling. Anything else? Trap could be kind of nice. You know, I'm not going to take it. Hell yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to combine this up pretty much immediately. And I'm going to craft up a second shark knife. Now, do we want stack and rage on our NutCracker? Just have that constant stack and rage on one guy, or do we want to spread our damage? Also, still no crit boosts. No big old booms. Come on, just keep rolling. That's another drum. I think I'm going to move on with this. We're going to have our tanky guy trying to get as much enlargements, but also just get all do defenses with this too. But that's going to be a big old bulldozer knocking us back. So we need to deal some crazy damage right now. For sure. And talk about crazy damage. We literally just one-shot a guy off the table, their bulldozer's gone. And this frost pea pod is going to be troublesome for us because we're going really slow right now. And we just don't have enough to get forward. Now summoning these NutCrackers gives us time to get our guy forward that has all the damage. And come on, you got this. Just get there, do some big old damage. Bird's trying to do as much as possible. But hell yeah, we do beat him down. And now all you need to do is just walk so slow forward and deal that big old damage. And hell yeah, not bad. Only one more victory to go. We got this for sure. As always, I'm just going to reroll. We could grab Balloon Zone. We could add it into Tie Car, but I'm going to keep going. All I want to do is find booms. Crits for days. Now you, on the other hand, could have been nice too. Now we could have also crafted up pineapple juice so we could stack up some spikes as well. But I'm still going to roll. And is there anything else we want? So we could grab the marble, we could grab the trap still. None of these items I actually really do want. Music box to try and get some enlarge from this as well. Actually, might take it. Although we're over the weight limit. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I gotta sell it. Let's take this too. If we craft you up, are you gonna be 3 slots? Yeah, you are. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can even craft you up either way. Let's sell the cat. Let's reroll. And that is another magic vial. Well, to explain, I'm going to sell our clockworks. I'm going to sell all these to still grab this up, and I'm going to combine it up. We're also going to place you in, and then you're just going to have more life on our other nutcrackers, so that should be amazing. You also stack up spikes, which is going to be even better for us. And with that, we are definitely going to move on, and we're going to see if this is going to be our final round. We're on turbo speed, let's slow it down. We are facing a King of Rock with a Blaze Nut Warrior. So they're going to hybrid between stacking up fire with doing lots of AoE chip damage, which is kind of interesting, but I think you kind of want to go either way. To go stacking burns or go fully on dead. And right now we're kind of shredding through their King of Rock. No problem. You see him flying off the table. Yeah, this one is not close whatsoever. Just run forward, my guys, with our nutcrackers, and just deal that big old damage. Not bad. And with that, we managed to win out. And hell yeah, what a super fun build. We got our 15 victories, and we got 202 rank points, 15 victories, 390 gold spent, as well as just having a crazy nutcracker type run. The Shark Cleaver, probably going to be one of my most favorite items in the game, just stacking rage, crits, removing shields. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, definitely not a bad build, but I'm going to have to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing, and I hope to keep you looking for the next one. I'll see you next time.